Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Imo, and on this channel, I talk about cake business. This is your cake business school where I teach you tips and strategies on how to grow a thriving cake business. I'm an international award-winning cake artist that is based in Swindon, the United Kingdom, and you're welcome to my channel. Just in case you're seeing my beautiful face for the first time, I'm delighted to have you here. If you've always been here, thank you so very much for always being here and for your support. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that has been the headache of most bakers. Yes, it's a headache. It's a pain in the neck. And what is it about? Just as most have seen, it's about pricing. How do we go about pricing, especially when we are relocating from one place to another, or when we are starting a cake business, or when we feel that it's time to do a review? Now, if this is you, your pricing has been bugging your mind, you just don't know what to do, you don't know how to get it right, and you wish that you would understand more about cake pricing, then this video is for you. You know how we do it. Get something to eat, drink, relax, and I'll be right back. So welcome back. So get settled in and let's talk a little bit about cake pricing. I remember the major step for me was during the lockdown where I had to review my pricing. Why? Because things were going crazy. Prices were going crazy. Prices were going off the roof back home in Nigeria. And prices were literally increasing almost by the hour. You buy something today, you buy like a bucket of flour today. That's how we used to buy. So you could buy a bucket of flour today, and tomorrow or in the afternoon, it's another price entirely. So I had to review my pricing. And one of my mentees back then came to our rescue. I have a group. I used to have a group where I had my mentees, and we used to talk about different things about cake pricing. And so that was when I had that pivot of cake pricing. I had that eureka moment, and I knew that, of course, my cake pricing was good. Of course, my cake pricing was okay. But with that session we had with her came an expose, came confidence. It was a confidence booster as to how to price my cakes and how to keep the business running, because you're here for business. You're not here for charity. I believe that every one of us that is doing business, or the greater part of us that are on this channel or that subscribers, are bakers who are running cake businesses, and you want your cake business to be profitable. So what do? The first thing you need to do is to get your pricing right. Get it right, get it straight, and do not be afraid to put a price tag when you get it right. I've made a video on cake pricing that is simple and straightforward and very easy to understand. But just in case you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link it. Secondly, the other thing I want to do is to see how to break it down. So you know that there are direct costs and then there are indirect costs in your baking. Off the top of my head, I'm going to try to remember what the direct costs are. So you have your ingredients, you have your ingredients and the things that you use for running your business, and then you have the indirect costs. In fact, I'm going to list it here and here, I think. Okay, to just help me. So you have your direct and your indirect costs. What you want to do is, for your ingredients, get the unit cost per ingredient. That's where it all starts from. And this is a lot of work, but you need to keep doing it, and you need to do it, and you need to keep reviewing and checking from time to time. So that was what I did in the beginning. I had to get the cost, the unit costs of my cake ingredients, the vanilla cake. I think that was what I started with, and then I calculated everything. So people have different means and different methods of calculating their cake prices or getting their cake prices. So that was what I did. I did the manual one in the beginning where I would list the units, list my ingredients, get the unit cost per ingredient, and then I will total it and then add other things such as my labor, such as the what else? I think the time is the labor, right? So I'll add my labor, and then I'll add this cost we put. I can't remember what it's called now, but it usually covers for like inflation and then extra things and then miscellaneous. Your markup, yes. So I'll add my markup and then I'll get my total. So that was what I did in the beginning, and that really helps me a lot. I did that for my cakes, and then I did for my buttercream, and I also did for my fondant. So I had a base knowledge or a base price where I could work with. Now, I've made a video about base pricing as well, based off of my understanding of what obtains here in the UK. So there's base pricing, there's a method of pricing where you put a price and then you layer on it. So if you have base price, if somebody says they want chocolates, if somebody says they want flowers, you have a price for that. If they want chocolates, you have a price for that. If they want toppers, you have a price for that. Whatever they need extra, you have a price for that. That you begin to layer or stack on your base price to get the final cake price. Then another one is to do all of this yourself. So you already calculate it. I know if the client wants this type of cake, whether it's mine, whether it's another baker's cake, they're showing me this is what it will cost. So that is what obtains here in the UK. So far, so good from what I have seen. I may be wrong, but that's what I have seen so far. So you get your base pricing, and this base pricing is so powerful in that you do not go below your base price, because if you do that, you know that you're running into a loss. So that's what I did in the beginning, and so it has been. And then we got to a lockdown where the price of things had to when the prices of things started escalating, and so I had to review. Of course, it was a more technical, and I can't even remember how we did it then, but it was almost the same thing then, but I think a higher markup. Now I cannot tell you this is the percentage you need to put as a markup. It depends on you. But I know that mine was such a bold move as at that time, based on what my mentee told me. It was lower than the markup I was using, and so I had to increase it just so that my business could stay afloat and still be profitable. Now, this is what you want to do. I believe it's straightforward. So get your unit cost, charge for your labor per hour. I made a video about labor per hour as well, how you can arrive at your labor per hour, how you can arrive at what you should cost for your labor per hour. So you might want to, definitely you need to watch that video, okay? Watch that video so you have a better understanding. So that is it with cake pricing. Now, the second thing is to also compare industry prices. Now, mark my words, or please do not get me wrong, compare. I do not say make or copy other people's pricing, because you're going to be hurting yourself in the end. So when I was moving, I had an idea, a fair idea of what cakes cost here in the UK. I had done my research, I had searched online, I had kept things that I needed to keep, I had known things that I needed to know. And so that helps me as well. But when I arrived here, I had to then get proper training, so to say, proper in quotes, by asking and making inquiries and also doing due diligence. I remember going to cake shops in the first week or in the second week of my arrival here in the UK, and I was already taking down notes about the cost of ingredients whenever we go for shopping. So I'd already done a breakdown of what cakes would cost before I even had like a proper training. Now, this is what you want to do. You want to help yourself. Either you're new or you're old. This will really help you if you have an idea of what your cake ingredients cost, and then compare prices around you so you do not make a mistake, so you're not overcharging or undercharging. Agreed, you might not make profit in the beginning, you might not make so much profit like you're supposed to, but you start slow and then build on or build up from there. So you can compare prices. If you have the means to check competitors' websites, to check other people's websites, to check pages, I mean, this is no secret, and this is what most people do when it comes to setting a price for their cakes. So let this be your guide, but do not be fixated on other people's prices that you copy or say this is what is obtainable here, and so this is what I want to do. No two bakers' prices or cost of running a cake business are the same. So you need to remember and you need to note this. And the third part I'm going to talk about quickly is what I've already said, is what I've already made mention about. Either you have a base price where you build or you stack other things on, or you have a price whereby you've done all of your calculation, and then this is what you present. So I believe that this shouldn't be so much of a headache, all right? So this is what you should be doing to help you boost your confidence. One thing that has helped me so far in this journey is knowing my prices, knowing what my cake costs, setting those prices and not going below those prices for anything, because I know that if I do, I'm going to run at a loss. I hope that this video helps. It is simple, straight to the point. I thought to share my experience. I thought to share my experience and also to help anyone who is still struggling with their pricing. Confidence is another thing. I have made a video on that as well. I have a lot of resources when it comes to cake pricing. I think I also have a playlist which I'm going to share at the end of this video, hopefully, if I remember, where you can watch and learn cake pricing confidence. If you want me to do a rehash of that video, I think I can, but it's better you watch the one I've already made so that you're able to price your cakes confidently and you say no without feeling guilty. You can say no without feeling bad. You can say no without feeling, oh, I'm losing out or I won't get customers. You can say no to cake orders without feeling afraid that customers will not come to your business anymore. Of course, it's a work in progress. You start small and you grow from there. If you've watched the video up to this point, you are the most valuable player. You're the real MVP. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to drop the buzzword for this video valuable or very valuable or most valuable in the comments. I would love to read from you and I would love to engage with you. If you have any questions as well, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Don't forget to share with those in your caking community. If you're not clear on an point, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section and I would read and attend to your questions. Yes, Caking with Oluchi is coming and I look forward to having you pull join me. Okay, Caking with Oluchi is a class that combines different short tutorials together and gives you an insight into how to go about your cake decorating and little aspects of cake decorating that you need to know. I'm looking to touch it up a bit, so I might feature a cake recipe, I'm not too sure, or business or cake business related topics if you would like. Kindly let me know what you'd like to learn from me in Caking with Oluchi, and I would look to put them into the outline as well. God bless you until I see you in my next video. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.